What's up?
What's up?
What up?
Welcome to another awesome episode of Rooster Radio. Today we are talking to a couple guys from Tyger. We're talking to Kevin and Daniel. Kevin and Daniel, introduce yourself and tell the watchers what you do in the band.
Hi, my name's Kevin Costner. I play lead guitar for Tyger.
And I'm Daniel Adderholt. I play the drums.
All
For
right.
Tyger.
For Tyger. That's right.
And
Are you
only
shitting me?
Tyger.
Dude, that song we just heard was sick. What was the name of that song?
Revival of the Wicked.
Revival of the Wicked. What a rock and roll song name for a song, you know? Who does the song writing? Do you guys all come together for the writing of the songs, or is it mainly just you singer?
We come together a lot of it. We'll start out with somebody will bring a riff to the table. You know, we'll start jamming on it at practice, and then that'll snowball into, you know, just a song. And we write all our best stuff together anyway, so we try to keep it that way.
That's
It's
good.
a collective effort. We all have, these ideas. Like I'll have a drum beat, or Kevin will have a riff, or it's just whatever. And then we just bring it to school, man, and we put it to work. And it's exciting to watch these things flourish or whatever. Then Adam's the guy who directs traffic, because we're like all ADHD kids.
Yeah.
And we're just like funneling these ideas, and Adam's like, all right, that's cool. He's also ADHD, but
Oh, me too.
he's the guy who's like, let's do this, let's do that. And he's brought it to front for us of like how to write as a cohesive unit of how songs are supposed to sound
Yeah.
for vocal things, the way that we
Well,
want to
Adam's
attack
the
them.
vocalist.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
He's a good arranger of different
Right.
parts.
He's got a production mindset.
Producer.
Yeah.
a producer.
English is hard.
He's got a producer. No, I understand.
Yeah.
A degree in producer.
Yeah.
When you guys all came together, was the sound intentional? Because I mean, obviously you guys have a kind of a specific sound. It's about a kind of a throwback, you know, classic
also
rock,
new.
metal. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's like like a newer spin. The guitars sound a little bit more complicated than they used to. But was that intentional, or like did you guys play in bands before that had a similar sound? How did you guys develop the sound that you have?
Me and Daniel played in a rock band together before Tyger, quite a few years ago, almost about 10 years ago, honestly. And I guess that rock and roll fire never died, and, you know, we just came together a few years later, and I was kind of just starting to write some riffs here and there. And we actually came together as a Motley Crue tribute band just for one show it started out as. And that was through a brewery I used to work at. And we started jamming on those Motley Crue songs, and we played the show. And then after that, it was a no-brainer. We immediately just started writing our own stuff naturally. And, you know, that was about 2 years ago. And, you know, here we are now. We've been releasing just singles. So we'll probably release our next single sometime next month. And
You're edging all of your fans, by the way, because I saw that you guys have a limited amount on Spotify, and I'm so ready for a full album. Tired of getting edged.
Our
well, we're gonna take you to the limits.
Oh man!
circling back to Kevin talking about no brainers with Motley Crue, that was like it was funny because we don't have a brain, so
So that was a no-brainer.
it was
Literally.
no brainers. So that's how it worked out. Nah, but intentional. Yes, it was very much intentional because we all grew up in the punk, hardcore, hard rock scene in Charlotte. I mean, we cut our teeth in that. Spending weekends at Tremont Music Hall,
Yeah.
Amos South End, Ground Zero, just wherever it was happening, that's where we were.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah, shouts out to D9 Brewery. That's where we got it started.
That's true.
But yeah, so it was really intentional. We wanted to have that. It's hard to like group it up, but in as much as you could say it, it's like togetherness of like unity, which is togetherness. Like when you go to hardcore shows, like back in the 90s, it was like everybody's together, man. It was like you're doing something. You're starting a movement of like rocking, like you know, it wasn't cool kids. It was just everybody's together, and we have that attitude, tenacity, ferocity,
Ferociousness.
the Tiger Paw, everything is in the music. And we all grew up on hard rock stuff too, like Motley Crue. That was always one of my favorite bands. In fact, I was the kid who would wear Motley Crue shirts, and Adam can attest to this too. We would wear these, shirts to hardcore shows. Like, what are you guys doing? This is lame. You guys like Bubble Bass too? What's going on, man? No, we like Motley Crue, and we didn't care. And now it's like coming back full circle. People were, It's
Well, I said during the playing of that song, we heard "Revival of the Wicked." I'm like,
right.
man, you guys have,
It's like a moniker for your band.
yeah,
dude, we'll take it, man. If you compare
Yeah.
us to Motley Crue, we'll take that shit all day long, bro.
yeah. Well,
Good stuff.
they're awesome. So
There's
They
more
are.
diverse stuff on the way. So it's not.
Oh,
all,
yeah.
it's
Oh, that's
not all-
interesting.
We're
it's
not a
all
one-trick
just
pony.
straightforward power riffs. There's more cool stuff coming.
I would even put it in that party music category.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good
Yeah.
music to party to.
makes me
Yeah,
feel good.
and there'll be like a lot of songs like that, but there's gonna be, we're opening doors to a lot of different genres to pull from and incorporate, and don't want to be just
a
a
ballad on the way.
I was gonna
Yes,
say
there
ballad.
will be a ballad on the way, 100%.
Eventually,
100%.
we're evolving as everybody is, but yeah, I would definitely not. I was always the one who's like, I'm not writing a fucking ballad, but now
We're writing a fucking ballad.
we're writing a fucking ballad.
Yeah,
We're not
Who
a
knows when it
one-trick
comes
pony,
out?
so
A lot of bands, that's the one that catches on.
We
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
our market is for everybody to like something you can grab a hold of. We're
Yeah.
writing music that we want to hear,
which is important.
Yeah.
Not to
that's number
conform.
one.
We're not catering
we
to
just
one
write
specific.
the riffs that we want to. I write the stuff that I would want to hear, and that I get really stoked on. So
Yeah. Well, we're failing to mention you guys have Sam.
Sam is an amazing guitar player.
Yeah.
He has like a jazz background. He came up playing in school in a jazz band, and he just like
He
we're
puts
like
in
the
technicals
yin
on
and
it.
yang to each other. We fit perfectly, and yeah, he's just a great all around dude as well.
Yeah.
Can't say enough good stuff about him.
That's awesome, man.
He would be here right now, but he's saving the world. One day at a time. 100 Gardens, check it out.
What's he do? Yeah, talk about that for a minute. What is Sam up to tonight?
Sam runs a nonprofit organization of schools and correctional facilities, teaching them a curriculum on how to grow their own vegetables using aeroponics.
Aeroponics,
Right?
Aeroponics?
aquaponics.
Aquaponics, sorry.
Aquaponics.
There's all the ponics, man. There's a lot of ponics, all right?
Yeah.
Aquaponics.
He's saving the world,
He's
man.
really
Using-
doing some good for his community.
Oh, yeah.
He's
He's
been
one of
doing
them-
some big things lately.
One of
That's-
the
that's-
most selfless people.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
Cody will tell you that's kind of my jam.
Oh, yeah.
Doing
With the
trying
Rooster.
trying to make the community better. So, what's the website? Let's give a shout out to the website.
Their Facebook is 100 Gardens.
I want to say it's 100gardens.org, I believe.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Google
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Look at
check it out.
Jamie, pull
They're
that
doing
up.
some amazing stuff.
Support them.
Yeah. Give them all
Shouts
your
out to
money
Joe
too.
Rogan.
Well, that's fantastic, man. That's that makes my heart smile to know that you guys you're not just out there raising hell with your rock and roll. You're out there doing some good too.
Getting in
Oh,
Only
yeah.
part-time Hellraisers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm part time. I got 2 youngins I'm raising and a wife I'm training.
Same.
My wife is watching. She's
Training?
gonna kill me when I get home.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, no, I'm married. I would never say training on this show.
No, she's training me, man. She's got a friggin' animal at her house,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and I'm and
like a
she
literal animal.
A Danimal.
had me a animal. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah, we have 2 kids at home too, so pray for her.
Yeah, I will.
Shout out.
She's a saint.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my wife.
Yeah.
His son he's 7 now or 6?
7.
He's 7 years old. He brought him to practice the other day. He's starting to play drums. And
Oh,
he's,
nice.
Every day,
he's
dude.
like doing double bass
What?
beats and stuff. It's
He's gonna be
crazy.
better than me, man, and
It's
I suck.
nuts.
It's like
It's
I'm
so
He's
already
gonna make.
seeing it.
I can't wait till he's like, Dad, you suck ass.
He's gonna replace you in the
Me
band.
too,
isn't he?
because we're gonna hire him.
Dude, I mean, I'm all for it, man. I want to see him soar
I think
like a
it's
friggin' eagle.
yeah. I love that. Yeah, getting your kids into it too. I tried to get my daughter into drums, but she just wasn't having it. She's into karate, so I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, she can kick people's ass.
Yeah, karate's still
No, she
fun.
take
cool.
care of
That's cool.
herself.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we tried a whole bunch of different things. I don't know if this happened with you guys, but when my daughter was like 4, 5 years old, my wife and I started talking about, like, what are we going to get her into for extracurricular? Like, we want her to have something to focus on. And we started with music because my wife and I both are heavy into it. And we tried to get her into drums. She wanted an electric drum set. We got her an electric drum set for Christmas. Barely touched it. We even took her to a couple lessons. Just wasn't having it. Then she wanted to do gymnastics. And then it was soccer. And she did soccer for a couple of years.
Also known as football.
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 So I was coaching her soccer team and stuff. And she turned out to be a sporty spice. Like, she fell in love with sports. And by the time she was 5, we had her, she's playing soccer, basketball, both for like the rec leagues. And she goes after school, she goes to karate. And I'm like, well, that's her jam. And so we're going to support it. Hopefully you don't have to force your kids anything, but it took a lot of trial and error.
I just want my kids to be active.
Yeah.
I think I think me and Kevin and Adam, we're all dads in the band, and we all of our objectives for our kids are just to be active and, like, we're present. Like, if our kids take up basket weaving or whatever, things that we have to do.
Something that's not this.
I'm gonna go buy
basket weaving.
I'm gonna go buy a
It's gotta be
fucking
good.
shit ton of bamboo, and we're gonna learn how to basket weave, man.
Dude, if you guys get to that point, let me know, because I want to learn how to basket.
Dude, I watched that dude on YouTube, the kid that, not a kid, but the guy that digs shit up with sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Makes anything that, like...
the ones that comes on at like 3 a.m.
He's on my team. If shit goes down, I'm contacting that's my guy.
Dude, that's great.
I need to know his number.
Yeah.
Somebody send me his number. I need it.
So if you guys are all dads in the band, 3 at
Three
least,
of us.
are you guys rocking some of these? You rocking some of the dad shoes?
I can't. No.
I need to grab some, dude.
Man.
Get 'em up, man.
I got the old slip-on
The
Vans.
slip-on Vans.
I never learned to tie my shoes, so it's either flip-flops or slip-on.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
That's why I got zippers on my docks.
Yeah. That makes a lot. That's more rock and roll.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm sporting those.
I was learning
I'm
how to
trying
tune a
grill
guitar
out.
when I was
Mama
supposed
told
to
me
be
it was a
tying
phase,
my
but
shoes,
she
you know?
was wrong. Mama was wrong.
Mama wrong. Medullum oblongata.
Take that, Colonel Sanders.
Exactly, man.
Were your parents supportive of being a musician? You being a musician?
Yeah, as long as I was playing for Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were raised in the church.
I was, yeah.
Oh,
What kind of church?
Same.
Pentecostal as hell, dude.
We got one.
We found another Pentecostal raised kid.
Yeah,
Guys,
man.
I was raised at a Pentecostal church, and holy smokes, I think
It's different, man.
That's got a lot to. It's got a lot to do with why you become a showman.
Yeah.
There's so much, I don't want to.
Dude, it's childhood trauma, man.
I don't want to
really
talk
is.
bad about someone's
Listen,
religion.
they're great people in there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go
Yeah.
off that tangent, but yeah.
People
Pentecostal.
running up and down,
Blast beating on the drums.
People speaking in tongues, and then somebody else stands up and acts like they understood that shit. I'm like, what is happening here?
Rock and
It was
roll.
wild, man.
It was.
I didn't invite a whole lot of friends from school to church.
I never experienced
I was
that.
not outreaching for the Lord.
So when did the transition happen? So I'm assuming you started learning
middle
drumming.
school.
during
Dude, I started when I was 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So when did you make the move to where you're playing gospel music to rock and roll? And how did your parents react?
I had an older brother, and he was always bringing shit at home, like Pantera, things that were.
Same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
My best friend's cousin used to come over. He was like a few years older than us. And he'd have the cassette tapes of Pantera, Metallica, Primus even.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And
Same story, man.
Yeah, me and Justin were like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. Yeah.
So my mom's constant battle was breaking cassettes over her knees that me or my brother would buy, and
Oh no.
we'd go to the pawn shop or a flea market if we'd find like Pantera, Guns N' Roses. But what really got me, all these bands were great, but what like really concreted me in like this punk rock hardcore life was freaking Strong Arm. First time I heard Strong Arm, they're a Christian band out of off of Solid State, and them and Zayo impacted my life forever. I mean, there's bands that I could go on, but those two
Like For Today was mine.
for today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those two bands in specific, Strong Arm and Zayo, are who's your favorite bands? Strong Arm and Zayo, period.
Yeah.
I'll have
Hard
to
as
check
shit.
that out.
But yeah.
I'm not familiar. I'm going to check that out.
Like when you hear me like, these are Christian bands?
Well, we had a Christian metal band on here one time, Fall Union.
Fall Union.
They're
Yeah.
well,
I don't know if you know those guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think they really promote themselves as like a Christian metal band, but they all are, Christian guys that, some of them sang in church, played in church. They're still faithful Christians. They just happen to be in a metal band.
Yeah. And,
I mean, there's a lot of bands like that are great.
happens.
As I Lay Dying started that way.
yeah.
They're
Till that guy tried
Till
to.
that
Till
guy
they
did
tried to
that
kill
one
his wife.
He
thing.
did that one thing allegedly. Starts-
Allegedly.
allegedly. Yeah.
See that for legal
Anyways,
Well,
That's Michael and I got way too excited about that, man, because we both have the same.
what about what he did in As I Lay Dying?
not the
Oh.
no, not the allegedly.
I'm calling
the church thing, growing up Pentecostal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have the exact same thing.
Trauma Brothers.
Trauma
Yeah,
Brothers,
yes.
man.
Yeah, man, I feel that.
When are we getting matching tattoos
Tonight.
tonight?
I have it on
I'll
my
do them for you
brain.
guys.
I'm good.
It's imprinted in there. I'll never
good.
shake some of those memories.
Yeah, they're great people there, though. They just brainwashed.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I still believe in God, but I'm not a Church of
Hardcore.
God guy.
I mean,
Maybe.
if we're gonna go there, I'm the same way. Yes, there's definitely a higher power. You can call it whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's
But,
my personal business, and not
It's
anyway,
it's
yeah.
personal, and I think religion perverts it.
Yeah.
Well, people pervert it, and that they made
Yeah,
it religion.
yeah, that's a better way to say that.
People
Yeah.
are flawed,
Yes. Yeah.
and I give people grace, and just live your life, man.
Yeah.
Let's have a few beers.
Just
And,
don't hurt nobody.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cheers.
Let you try to invite me to another Church of God event, and then I'm gonna hurt you. Nah, I'm just kidding. Salud!
Oh, I missed out on the cheers.
Don't do that.
Can't miss the cheers, brother. We were talking a little bit before the show about drinks, and so what is your go-to? Well, let me ask you a two-parter then. Do you ever get in a pre-show beer? Not getting like wasted before a show, but like a pre-show, just like the one beer, and then when you do get a beer, what's your favorite kind?
Kevin, you go ahead.
Well, more of the challenge is not to get wasted before we play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pre-show beer these days, I try to keep it light, aka Corona Light.
Not a sponsor, but
You could be.
Shouts out to Corona.
Waiting for
Yeah.
that email.
yeah, send it.
Oh,
But
send it.
just definitely having a couple beers helps the juices start to get flowing,
Yeah.
loosened up a little bit.
Well, with me, it helps the anxiety.
Well, that too, it's a cure-all.
Yeah, really.
Just have
is.
a couple drinky poos and you're fine, What about you?
I mean, I like a little bit of everything, man. I love beers.
Like
and,
a drug Neapolitan.
yeah, man. I like
all three flavors.
That's another song.
my pre-show ritual is like maybe I'm a big Ryan Adams guy. Shot in a beer, like I just kind of like that,
yeah.
Shot in a beer and a
Call
kiss
that a
before I go.
Boilermaker.
No,
Yeah.
not like I know what like you take the shot glass.
Yeah.
I don't do shots. I respect
Sipper.
whiskey, and like I can drink a fifth of whiskey, but I like sipping it.
Yeah.
Because it's you miss all the fun out of the sips if you just shoot it.
Exactly. I do that. I've been babysitting
Big
this
sip.
bottle. This
Yeah, I
little
like
tiny
nursing
bottle.
them, man.
I had to get into my 30s before I learned the value of a good liquor.
Yeah,
Whether it be
like a
whiskey or
two-finger.
Yeah,
because
Oh, yeah.
up until when I was in my 20s, it was Jaeger bombs and
Yeah.
Jaeger
all that
bombs.
stuff.
Jaeger
Jaeger bombs.
This fucking guy
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
drinking Jaeger bombs.
So once I got into my 30s and built my house and all that stuff, I started relaxing at night with either a nice bourbon or I'm actually love Kettle One vodka.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's big
like
fan.
by itself.
No.
Yeah. Well, most times what I'll do is I'll put it on ice and then a little splash of club soda
Club
and some
soda.
lime,
Yeah.
and a little bit of lime.
Well, club
Those are
soda,
good.
man.
Club soda.
Yeah.
My thing
It's
with
boring, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
dude, you live for it. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah.
But I like to enjoy if I can drink it by itself, straight or on the rocks. Then that's how I like to. So I'm primarily bourbon, tequila, and gin. That's about it.
Dude, I can't drink tequila. It makes me want to get naked.
Then you
Honestly.
should drink
Then
it.
you should drink it. Yeah.
Well,
Get naked, man.
I'm not trying
Funny
to.
thing you say that because I got some in this bass guitar.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to get naked.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Are there any pre-show rituals
I
that
was
you
going to
guys?
ask that next.
Sorry, didn't mean to step on your
I
dick. Man.
prefaced the drink question to ask that. but
Yeah,
thank
that's that comes part of the business.
you. Yeah.
We have anything we do?
I think our pre-show ritual is we're brothers first, all of us, and so we just gather before we play. You know, we'll do the sound check or whatever, but we just hang.
We'll have like a big like group kiss,
We do.
and that's like kind
Tongue
of
and
guys.
everything.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So we
That's the
just
sound it
we
makes.
just fellowship, man.
It's like you're stirring.
Just soaking up, the presence.
soaking up
man.
each other. Yeah.
Have y'all had the opportunity to play outside of this area at all? Have you been able to take your show outside of the Charlotte?
Wilmington.
We've went
so
as
far.
Wilmington so far.
How were you received in Wilmington?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was, there's some really good bands in Wilmington too.
Oh, the bands that we played with. Now, the show wasn't as crowded because COVID and all this bullshit that's going on.
Right.
But it was mostly bands and their friends or whatever. So in a packed house. But the bands that we played with, it was fucking stacked. Every band ruled.
Do you
Yeah,
remember
they're
any
phenomenal.
that stuck with you?
Huh?
Like
Mega Colossus.
Mega Colossus.
Children of the Reptile.
I don't remember all
Write
the
that down.
names.
Write that down.
Salvation.
Salvation.
I don't know if that's how they. I don't know.
I don't remember
Did they
how to
have the little
pronounce it.
squiggle above the?
It did.
Salvation?
It was
It did.
Salvation, Cion, I think. Is that how it's spelled?
Yeah.
But those bands, fucking Mega Colossus, their singer, the guy with the bald hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker can sing a phone book, and I'm all ears. He's so good, man. I was like, holy shit.
Shout out
Wilmington,
to those guys.
yeah, shout out to Wilmington, man.
And if any of you guys are listening and want to come over here to G Town,
You can stay at my house.
Yeah.
There we
You guys
go.
can all
Let's
kiss.
set it up.
I got a text from my wife. She said, "Don't fucking say
Yeah,
that."
a 2-man.
Bring the kids.
Yeah. What do you guys think about a venue popping up right here in Gaston County?
All for it.
100%. We played in
We need
Dallas at
ODB?
at the what was it?
The
Krusty Krab.
The Rusty Rabbit.
Yeah,
Rusty Rabbit.
I was there. That's where I first saw you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
And,
a great. That was a
that was
fun
fun as
show.
hell, man.
That was
Yeah,
a cool
our
event.
well,
here,
our
so-
friends, you guys opened for our friends in Testarossa.
Yeah.
And I got there early because I wanted to see you guys.
Right.
Buddy, the drummer, he was like, "You got to come see these guys, Tyger. They're awesome."
Buddy.
So I'm like, "I'll be
Shout
there."
out to Buddy.
Yeah,
Buddy!
shout out to Buddy. Love you, man. But he was like, "You got to come." So I'm like, "All right." I came, and you guys just, I mean, it was a party. It was so much fun.
That was our very first show.
Yeah.
No crap.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long
That was
ago.
this summer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you guys had been writing music for a year and a half.
Yeah,
Before
we're
wow.
we're just getting started.
We're
When we say
taking it slow and trying to do it.
there's the reason
right
why we
instead
only
of-
have a couple songs online.
Edging
Yeah.
us. Again, I
That's
say.
right.
Well,
We're
who's
edging ourselves too, though. You know,
Well,
we
who-
want to unleash it, but it's hard to keep it in. But
Yeah.
gotta edge it out, bro.
Well, we don't want to release songs that nobody's gonna fucking hear. What's the point? I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to put it out. That was our biggest battle starting this thing. Is like we have more than what we have on the online
On the line.
that we can release. But what's the point of releasing it if nobody's gonna? It's like going and cussing in the woods. Nobody's gonna fucking hear it. You know.
also,
what I'm saying?
things move so fast these days. For a local band to release a full album or EP, even, I mean, it's here today, gone tomorrow. If you can,
Who
like,
listens to
put,
full
if
albums
you can put
also?
a single out every couple
I need to,
months,
but
you can kind of stay relevant a little easier.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's not just local bands. It's just
Yeah,
about
a
all
lot of people
musicians
are doing
nowadays.
that now.
The landscape of music has changed so much.
Right.
People aren't buying albums.
the market's
at
so
all.
saturated too.
I'm like the only asshole left still buying, purchasing the CD and taking it home and putting it on my computer. Like I'm like one of the last people that's still doing that. And even like your big national acts they're releasing singles now because you got to get the streams. If you put a whole album out there, chances are your streams won't be that strong. But if you're doing one
those
song at a
national
time,
guys are making more per streams on like Spotify.
that too. Yeah.
Like little guys like us, we're getting like turds in the envelope. They're
if
like,
you're getting
"Here's your
anything at
money,
all,
you
if
pieces
you're getting
of
anything
shit."
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting nothing. But
Yeah, not even turds and envelopes.
but the biggest thing for us is that at least when we release it, even if we get, I don't know, whatever streams, at least somebody in Indonesia or where the fuck hears it. Sure, we're not getting that money. Doesn't matter. The point is, it's getting out there.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
people who are listening overseas because we see the reports on Spotify. So it's getting out there.
Plus, you
Yeah.
can celebrate each song.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly,
each
yeah.
individual song, you can make a big deal about each song.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of, who's producing the music? Because when you listen, it sounds great.
Dude, quality's
Yeah, the
fucking
quality's
amazing.
We have a Bob Rock. Nobody knows about him yet, but you're gonna. His name is
Yeah.
Joey Park, and that
right.
dude is a machine.
We're actually going back into the studio. It's starting tomorrow
Friggin'
night.
tomorrow.
Hey, well,
Tomorrow through
cheers.
Sunday.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. I
Salute.
have nothing
Oh.
left, but cheers.
Shout out to Joey Park. He's the man. He's the
okay.
greatest.
Park or part?
Park.
Park.
He is in a band called Violent Life, Violent Death, and that dude is
Write that down.
legit.
Yeah, man. He's a good guy.
He recently just went pretty much full time, doing like recording and engineering production, and like he's just getting his feet wet. And the dude's
Where's he located?
Charlotte.
Yeah, in
Charlotte.
Charlotte. So if you need any of your stuff recorded, hit up Joey Park.
That's right, because he's the fucking man.
He really
Motherfucking
is.
man.
100%.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Love you, Joey.
Love you,
Shout
Joey.
out.
See you tomorrow, baby.
That's
That
really
pre-ritual quick kiss in before you
Oh,
record.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's right.
We get pretty sloppy with him for sure.
Dude, that's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that you guys are going back in there because although I do agree that it is a good idea, I'm a fan. I want a little bit. I got a little taste now. I want a little bit more. You know what I mean? But it is a great way to do it, and I have noticed that even some of these big guys are doing it too. There's a band that I really enjoy, and they're not even metal. They're called St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and they're coming out with an album February, but they just put out like 2 songs from it, and they're like, chew on that for a minute,
Yeah.
And I have
Yeah.
been. I've been
That's all you got, man.
Oh, the
Listen-
pre-order
yeah.
thing where they release it on like iTunes and Spotify, and it's like 1 or 2.
Yeah. there
Yeah.
should be-
Yeah, that's pretty much
They
what
give
all
you
the
a
national
taste.
guys are doing,
Yeah.
and it's cool. But like, I'm old school. I'm like, just release the fucking thing, because I want to hear the whole album, so I can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do appreciate it.
Well, let's speak
just
on
where
that
the
for a minute. Are you writing an album? Is there a theme? Is there a
We have an
concept?
album's worth.
Is it conceptual?
Yeah, is it conceptual at all? Are you taking are you taking us on a journey, or do you just have a bunch of songs and you're kind of figuring out how to make them sound, how to stream it?
We're not.
along?
I don't think we are in concept yet. The songs are developing, but we have an album's worth of music. We're just kind of taking them a whack at a time due to funding and just a bit because we have a lot of shit going on. But
Yeah, and studio time
the songs, well,
is expensive.
we're rich.
It is.
So
Yeah. Money's not an issue.
money is
Grew
not
up in
the
a
issue.
Because we don't
Pentecostal
have
church,
any.
man. His dad's named Kevin. He's got a construction company.
You're right.
He built the gym at the church. He got money.
My dad's Joel Osteen. Let's fucking get He knocked my mom up a few years ago. Wrote it off on his
Shout out
taxes.
Joel Osteen.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Joel Osteen.
You get to ride that plane?
Huh?
You get to ride that plane?
No, I'm a bastard. He told me to fuck off.
That's too bad.
I'm kidding.
Don't get sued.
He said
Don't
I
get us
could,
sued.
he said I could have money, but I had to grow a mullet. No, I'm kidding.
It's not a bad idea.
Nah, but the concept, we have an album's worth for sure.
Yeah.
We're excited about it, dude, because every time we go over these songs and practice, it's like, man,
You
there's
could say it. Concept albums are for nerds. Good. That's what you. I
Oh,
can
no.
see it in the back of his face. He's like,
I think that
you
would
wanted to
probably-
say that's nerdy shit.
Excuse
no,
me.
that would be a question to ask Adam, because he's our guy who brings all that
He's
stuff
the
together.
conceptualizer.
Yeah.
He's the conceptualizer.
Yeah. I feel like he
He's a-
puts the puzzle together.
He's a conceptualizionist.
Yeah,
You know
in
what
a
I mean?
sense, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the Elmers that holds all this
Right.
together.
That's right. The thin,
For sure.
thin layer of glue that holds us all together.
That's awesome, man.
He's
I'm
a
the-
big personality too. He's a good frontman to have.
Oh, he's
man.
great. Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
We're
one
still
of the
trying
best.
to hone in on our live show. I think we got some big things in the works in the future. So we're gonna try
Yeah.
to step it up
Some pirate
Every
a
show's
few
something different.
notches.
Hopefully, we can get open before you get too big, and we can have you come play our stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man. We're ready.
Absolutely, man.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll play, man. That's what we want to do. Play, and like you see these bands where they go and play these big venues. And I remember as a kid going to watch these bands at like Tremont and stuff, how personal it felt when you would go there. Now you go to Fillmore, which is still a good spot, but like it eventually you lose the personal touch, and I don't want to lose that in our shows. And even if for some amazing reason we get to the spot where we're doing arenas, I want to somehow bring it to where it's all personal. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if that's attainable.
It's hard because there's a corporate atmosphere in a place like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
Everyone
it to be
knows
punk
it's
rock
a
as
corporate.
hell, dude. I want it to be a hot mess express. Like, we're doing our thing, stage rushing, even at a friggin' arena. I don't know how that works.
I want that on a T-shirt. Hot Mess Express.
That's right.
That's
our new
heard
single
it
coming
here
out
first.
tomorrow.
Hot Mess Express. That's great.
We're coming up with all kinds of great song titles. Tonight.
Really are, man.
We're going to write an album tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, that song's
so.
about my
dude.
life.
We got a concept album here.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
I'm super stoked for you guys to come play the Rooster, going off of what you said, Michael, because the way that it's laid out, it is going to be personal. It's going to be like, all right,
Yeah.
everybody hug up in here tight because we're fixing to
Ass to elbows, man. Let's
rock
rock.
all over your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
that's kind of the layout of
Well,
because
not to get too technical about it, I don't want to drone on about the business of things, but I designed this place to make it intimate.
yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
and it's very intentional to make it an intimate place, and I want the people to get that feeling when they come.
Yeah.
Right.
I want in the same vein of the way you're talking, I want to build a family through what we're doing. Just like you
community.
want to build a family of people that listen to your music and participate and show up to shows, we want to do the same thing.
Right.
Exactly. So same.
Well, we look forward to
Yeah, man.
you guys opening
You
up.
want to be in our family?
Yeah,
For
we're
sure,
gonna be
man.
in.
I call cousins with this guy.
We love getting intimate with our
Kissing
fans.
cousins.
Kissing
Yeah,
cousins?
100%.
I was gonna add to it, but it was outlandish. I'm gonna let that one simmer.
Fine, man.
This isn't the Stern Show.
I know
Not
as soon
yet.
as I say it, my wife will be like,
Turn it off.
delete.
We've talked a little bit about where our audience can find your music, because I mentioned the Spotify, but where else can our audience find more Tyger?
Well, we've got our YouTube video,
We have a
Revival
channel.
of the Wicked. We have our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe.
What's the channel name?
Smash the like button.
It's just Tyger. Is it Tyger Rocks or something like that?
Tiger Zaps, isn't it?
Tiger Zaps.
You have
Something
to
like
ask
that.
me.
You could just type in Tyger, Tyger.
It's Tyger
Revival
Rocks.
of the Wicked.
Tiger Rocks is our channel.
There we go.
Or you can look in the description of this video after it's posted.
That's right.
There we go.
Pull that up,
Even
Jamie.
better.
And smash that like button.
Smash it.
Smash
Yeah.
it.
We're on iTunes as well.
We're on Reverb Nation, I hear too.
Reverb Nation.
You guys on Bandcamp?
I get the emails. I'm not sure.
I don't know. We could be on Bandcamp.
It's a
Check
good
it out.
resource.
It is.
Check it out and
Yeah.
see.
We always talk about Bandcamp because
Yeah.
they give more to the artist. Don't they do something with vinyls?
They have a vinyl pressing service available now for artists.
That's
as well.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, if
I'm
we're not
one
on,
of
we'll
those.
be on.
That's a
That's
spot that does like
yeah, if I'm
is it
buying a band's
Fridays
music, it's
or
probably going to
something
be
they
on
do?
vinyl.
That's SoundCloud.
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
Vinyl Buddies.
vinyl buddies, man. I do the buying music too. I just buy vinyl.
Yeah.
I do. I buy vinyl.
Do you buy vinyl?
Yeah, if it's worth it, I'll buy it.
Do you have a prized possession vinyl? Is there one that no one touches or?
I've got a couple really awesome record store days that I've got. I've got a couple cool ones from Macedon. I've got some from. I'm trying to think of another one that I've got. I've got a good one from Ron Adams. I haven't checked it out yet, but I've got a press of Black Sabbath, the first one, and that one's like one of my all-time favorite records ever.
Ooh.
My awesome fiance got me a Tyger vinyl pressed of our first 3 singles last year for Christmas.
That
One is
is
not
so
out yet.
dope!
Yeah.
One's
That
not
is
out
so
yet,
cool, man.
One of one. It's badass.
and it sounds good
Play it all
too.
the time. Kids love to play it.
So will
Listen
you
to it.
guys be releasing when the album finally drops a vinyl? Because I've been
I
asking.
think so.
We're talking
I
about
think we
doing like
need
a
one.
7-inch or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
it
we
would be
need
cool.
one, yeah.
I would.
No, we're talking about vinyl.
Yeah.
That is a vinyl, bro.
I'm making a dick joke.
Yeah. It's a good one.
I know it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah, dude,
Swing it
double
around.
it,
She
double
said-
it, and you got 7 inches.
Somebody come
dude.
get him.
Vinyls are fun, man. A couple years ago for Christmas, my brother-in-law got us an old Technics record player. Thing we plugged it right up. Thing sounds wonderful. So,
yeah.
So we've been on a tear lately, and her favorite band is Deftones. So last year for
Dude,
Christmas,
that's one of my favorites too.
my goal was to get
So
her
good.
all of the Deftones on vinyl, but I don't know if you know this or not, but that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
there's a couple of them out there you just can't find.
Right.
So
Especially if you start digging back in those old records like Adrenaline and
Adrenaline's
Pony.
one of them. All right,
White
so
Pony. Well, they just did a
they
release.
did a reissue of White Pony.
Yeah.
So the Adrenaline one, Adrenaline I couldn't find, and
I have a buddy that's got one and he's not selling it.
Well, check it out. Last month.
What good does that do?
It was a
Well,
it was a
found
carrot.
it. We found it. We went to California last month. We went to a show in California or a festival in California last month, and while we were there, one of the
Did
vendors, yeah, Aftershock.
I thought they were not having
not in
fun over there.
Sacramento. Boy, it was wide open up there.
Hell
Man.
yeah.
We had a good time.
Shout out to Sacramento.
Hit Dr. Greenthumb over
Sacktown.
there. Shout out to Sacktown.
I ain't shitting you.
And Aftershock Festival.
Aftershock.
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 That's where you go after
Canadian.
Shock. You go after Shack.
So while we were there, they had a bunch of vendors set up, and one of the vendors was selling vinyl. So we start digging through, and sure enough, they had
Found
a
it.
copy of Adrenaline.
Holy
And
shit.
I was like, Christy, look! I picked it up like a kid. I was like, look! Like that. And she's like, oh, we're getting that, right? I'm like, oh, yeah. And then...
You should have said psych.
Yeah, that's right.
Showed her.
We also we kept looking, and I don't know if anyone's going to know anything about this band, but they had a vinyl of Massive Attack's first album, and Mezzanine. And I don't know if anybody knows that. It's more like
No.
Portishead type, more
You're
like
just old.
No, I listened to
Amazing.
old-
It's amazing
I listen to older
music,
stuff, but it doesn't.
Sonically, it's a beautiful album. There's just so much going on, and this is probably like mid '90s UK, like when DJs started hooking up with rock and roll guitar players and created like that synth rock kind of laid back vibe, synth rock sound. Like Portishead's probably the closest thing to it I can compare it to. But I was really thrilled about finding a Massive Attack album while I was there too. So evidently, all the great vinyls are in California.
I'm just gonna have to listen because I have no idea.
Check out Massive Attack, dude.
Well, it's good to know that they
fantastic.
got something
Yeah,
to
I've never
live
heard
for
of
out there in California. Praise
Yeah.
God. That's what I'm talking about. They got good records.
Cali's great, man. We
We ain't
fun
got
every
no
time we go.
rights. Kidding, I don't know.
No, you're right. That's why my wife and I say like we love to go there and visit because we go just about every year for this festival.
Yeah.
But
Now,
we-
what
we
is
would
that?
never-
Aftershock?
Aftershock Festival.
I've heard about that. They
It's-
got a killer lineup too, huh?
Every year the lineup's fantastic. What got us there the
Well,
first
tell
time
them
we
to
went.
let us play. Call them.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll send.
Hey,
them an email.
Aftershock, on play.
It's Danny Wimmer Presents. It's the same people that do the Epicenter. Used to do Carolina Rebellion.
Well, send them an
but
email.
they took it away from here
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Bring it back, y'all.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
shout out
whoever's
Carolina
listening.
Rebellion.
We
Yeah.
won't play. We played Carolina Rebellion one time
You did?
Did
in our old band. Yeah,
Really? Which
we,
one?
10, 11 years ago.
What is it?
Oh, that's like one of the first.
Not
That
Carolina
was-
Rebellion.
I
It
was about
was.
to say.
I lied.
That was fucking
was,
Rockstar Uproar.
Rockstar Uproar. Kevin's like, you bitch, you
I
lied.
was like, when the fuck did
Same
we play
thing.
Rebellion,
It's
dude?
probably be the same fucking developers, but yeah, it was Rockstar Uproar. I lied.
Yeah.
Nice.
In
It was
Virginia
awesome.
Beach.
It was
cool.
alongside Seven Dust, Avenged Sevenfold.
They were the headline.
Oh,
Freaking Black Tide. There's a million bands that were awesome.
Did you get to
Bullet
meet
from
any
a
of
Villain.
them?
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
got
we
to hang out with all
pretty
those
much
guys.
all of them.
Seven Dust
We
is
gave our
amazing.
freaking
Yeah.
demo to the drummer. His name was Aaron at the time. I think he changed it to something else now. He was Aaron was the kid that was playing drums for Avenged Sevenfold. He was the young guy. After Mike Portnoy did his stint with
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold, and
Yep.
then it was Aaron that did Hail to the King record.
Right.
And we was like, we're gonna give him a freaking demo, and I was like, here you go, man, listen to it. And he's really cool. And he probably threw it in the trash, but at least he touched it for a minute.
Yeah.
Hell or High Water,
she said.
Brandon Saller's band, they played that, and
They
they
killed
were
it.
really nice guys too.
Super nice.
Excellent band. The guys from Black Tide are really cool.
Seven Dust. Morgan
Seven
Rose
Dust,
helped me
those
take my
guys
drums off the stage.
are really
Shout out to
nice,
Morgan
man.
Rose.
Yeah, Seven Dust is amazing, man. I have loved that
Good
band
dudes.
since way back in the day.
Yeah.
One of the hardest working bands in all of rock and roll.
Oh, for sure.
They've never
100%.
stopped touring.
Yeah. And it's from my understanding, it's the same lineup too, right? Consistently.
They've never
for
had to
decades.
replace a guy.
That's fucking crazy.
the same five
How do you
guys.
do that? And they watched our set, like halfway through the set, I'm like, half the guys with Seven Dust was watching our set. Got LeJean and fucking
Yeah.
Morgan Rose and the other guys. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Because
That's
you know
pretty
those
cool.
guys
That's-
don't step
yeah,
foot off the
it's a
bus.
cool feeling.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, it was like okay, we could probably do this if we get our shit together.
Yeah.
And it
Unfortunately,
sounds like you guys are.
well, unfortunately, that band didn't make it.
But this band is better, so we won in the end.
We were winning in the end, so we just got to get our shit together a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Just got to play Rockstar Upward again.
We talked about
Shout
your
out
we talked about your influences a little bit. Tell us about some of your influences. Like what got you to pick up a guitar way back in the day?
Man, honestly, way back in the day, Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit was a big inspiration to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
And I don't know, that kind of, I read a couple articles about how the way he approached guitar, and it made me think in a different mindset, tone-wise. So taking that, and then, after that I went to more of like real metal, like, and I was on that for a while, played through a
Limp
few
Bizkit's
metal.
real metal.
I'm talking
They
like,
call it new metal.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a subgenre of metal now. Yeah, Limp Bizkit has kind of become like a whipping boy for the woke culture, and they want to.
Limp Bizkit fucking
That dude-
rules,
But
man.
really,
Have
I
you
don't.
heard
If
the
you
new
were
one?
alive and
The new
I
record
I've heard the first 3 songs. I haven't finished the album
Dude,
yet.
the whole record is
good?
It's good.
First 3 songs were good.
It's
I
the
didn't
same
get to
Limp
finish it.
Bizkit. Like
Yeah.
it's like they never skipped a beat.
Yeah.
nice. I
Except
like to hear
for
that.
Golden Cobra, that was a turd.
That-
Well,
that-
yeah,
everything
they,
there.
they
Good
skipped that
album,
beat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they're fun. They were. I mean, if you were alive in the late '90s, early 2000s, you were listening to Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Like,
but Kevin, he grew up doing that shit, and then he came on to some great bands in his upcoming, and they were all great.
What were some of those?
In Flames was a big one for me.
Bitch,
you
you
talk-
lying.
What are you talking about? Playing in bands or
Oh, I thought you were saying in.
listening?
Oh, I was like, yeah, he grew up in Sweden.
Yeah.
I love that band.
In Flames fucking
Yeah.
rules.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
I've gotten to see them twice now. The second time was not with the new lineup, but I did get to see them before everybody left.
Very first guitar solo I ever learned was to the song "Bullet Ride" of In Flames. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Which one's that off of? That's off of
I think it's Clayman.
Clayman.
Yeah, it's old school.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
it is.
Clayman. That shit rules.
Yeah, it's old school for sure. But yeah, and then I kind of started getting into more rock, like 70s, 80s stuff, and then now it seems all that stuff kind of blends together, and that's kind of like what makes up Tyger.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
And it
Good
kind
way
of
to bring it
shows.
back.
It shows
Yeah.
through like with if you listen to everything that every guy in the band has to offer, you can like kind of pick up little nuances and like, you know how you can tell like I'm probably preaching to nobody. Like you can single out iconic instrumental guys like Dave Grohl or I don't know.
Well, David Gilmour has a sound.
But if you can listen to their
Yeah,
isolated
yeah,
tracks,
yeah.
you can be like, "Oh, that's Dave Grohl," or
Yeah.
"That's this."
Jimi
guy.
Hendrix has a sound, like you kind of know when you hear that.
Right.
That's,
Yeah.
Like
But
sometimes
you
you'll
can
hear a
hear-
song, you're like, that sounds like Led Zeppelin, and then you look and you're like, holy shit, that's Led Zeppelin. Like, You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's
Or-
what I'm
Yeah.
getting. Like
Yeah.
the way that we write, that's how we all have our signature sounds. Like people are, "Who's your lead guitar player?" I'm like, "Oh, we have 2 of them."
Yeah.
You're like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah."
That was one of the most fun parts about your show was
Yeah.
the back and forth with the guitars. That's what I enjoyed the most.
Lead
honestly.
noodle battle. Kind of
Yeah.
Well, yeah, noodle off.
They're
Yeah,
they
yeah.
both rule, but like they have different styles, and
Yeah.
it's like, "Who's your lead guitar player?" Both, bitch.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, motherfucker.
We got a
Write the check. Who's our 5 best
Cha-ching.
players?
Dylan,
Kevin.
Dylan, and Dylan.
Dylan. I was gonna say something stupider, but that works too.
I love the Dave Chappelle reference.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's iconic shit, man. Like I want somebody to pull up Tyger's. Oh yeah, man, that's Daniel playing drums.
Yeah.
Nobody sounds like that.
Yeah. But you
'Cause
guys
it sounds like
That's
shit.
how I taught you to play him.
very unique sound, man.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the goal, man.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's definitely rock and roll, but like there are the nuances in there that's like hard to genre because it's like you know,
Right.
every individual musician is very talented in the band,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's nice to have a band that everybody brings something to the table, and you know everybody's talented in their own way, and it's a unique way, and it's a very good connection we all have musically.
It's got to be a good feeling.
Fucking
too.
Aaron, dude. Our
Yeah.
bass player is the shit.
Yeah.
He's a monster, man. He's the best bass player I've ever
Slap
played
the
with.
bass.
He
hands
was
down.
given to us.
He slaps the
An
bass
angel
alright.
showed up fucking at my doorstep and was like, hey, you want a good bass player? I'm like, yeah, Angel, hook me up. And it was fucking Aaron.
It was Aaron.
He was like, hey, man, I'm here to rock with you guys.
Yeah.
Hope you're ready. And we're like,
He
"All
came
right."
down off a stripper pole from heaven.
Yeah.
It was crazy because he showed up to me like as a baby, and I held him in my hands, and I was crying, and I was like, "Oh my god, I get to." Are you sure? And like he could already fucking rip.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And
Raised
now
him too. I remember that.
And now look at him. He's the best.
What did you feed him? Bass strings?
He liked
Just fed him a
to.
lot of low frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we had to keep a lot of. We had to watch him because he drew the ladies, man, and it was hard. They were,
Still
like
does.
you feed a stray cat,
Yeah.
and they're like, you feed them, that's your cat.
They're
and
coming
they're
back.
like meowing when you walk outside. Meow, meow. That's how it was when we got Aaron, and now everybody's at our practice space, and it's like stray cats. Meow, meow,
Hence the
meow,
name
scratching-
Tiger.
Yeah.
That's
Scratching
right.
at our door because they know
Yeah.
Aaron's in there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, tigers are sexy.
They are.
They'll kill you.
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
And,
We like
you
eating
know, a
steaks.
little scary at times.
Some of
so
them.
Yeah.
that's
Is that how you landed on the name?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
don't know.
sexiest, scariest animal, you know.
Chasing a gazelle.
Yeah. Graceful.
Was
Yeah.
this before Tiger King was released on Netflix?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
They stole it from us.
But we're trying
They
to
owe us
work.
some
We're trying to
money.
work a deal with them.
No, we're not. They owe us money. Fuck you.
They're coming out with a 2.
I saw that. And
Oh,
Carol
shoot.
Baskin.
Yeah, they owe us
that
soundtrack for
bitch,
that.
Carol Baskin,
Wait,
suing them,
Carol
They
trying
owe
to
us
stop
2
it.
monies
All right.
now. Those son of a
That's
bitches.
double
You need to
money.
write a song about Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They said, we're going to spell it with a Y. Are you cool with it? I was like, the hell we are. And they're like, okay. But they still owe us money.
I think you
Contract
guys are
meeting.
the true Tiger Kings.
We are.
If I do
For
say
sure.
Actually,
so
Adam
myself.
is the Tiger King.
Yeah.
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 Does he have any like tiger breeches that he wears?
He does.
Does he?
Yeah.
I've got a fucking...
He's got to get some
I got a
spandex
Speedo,
though. We got to tighten that shit
oh, that's
up.
great.
It's sexy. I'll show you, but it's too hot to melt your cameras.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we don't
We'll
want to
save
do
that
that.
for a
We
special-
can't afford to fix those.
They're gonna have to sign up for the Patreon to buy that episode.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting up a channel. It's called Only Dan's. And it's me and my Tiger Speedo.
That's right. Shaking that ass.
That's
That is
right.
awesome, dude.
Send your tips.
So,
Yeah, and money.
so what do you want to?
This guy.
We
Zing.
we should just leave the audience with that, man. I was gonna ask if you guys wanted to leave them with anything, but I think we
We'll just leave
leave
it
it
with
at
just
that,
the tip.
man. Just the tip. No, seriously, what do you want to say message-wise to all these viewers out here?
We've got a show coming up on December 11th at Skylark
The
in
social
Charlotte.
club.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Skylark.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good people there.
Love
Come
those
hang
guys.
out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Be looking forward to some new content coming out real soon. Like I said, we're hitting the studio tomorrow, so we got some good stuff coming. Stay tuned.
Good things. Support your local venues, man. Go to your local bars. Tip
Yeah,
your
go to the
bartenders.
Rooster when it opens too.
Love your people, man. Take care of each other. Fuck the bullshit. We're out here together.
That's right.
Salute.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode has been brought to you by Dick Jokes
And Tyger.
and Tyga. Thanks for coming on, guys. We really appreciate
dude.
it.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.